morning, everybody. How's everybody doing this fine, wonderful midweek morning? It is hump day, ladies and gentlemen. Hump day for some of us, maybe not for all of us, but hump day for some of us. And it is going to be an absolute beautiful day outside. It is going to be sunny. It's going to be in the upper 60s, mid upper 60s, right around there, which is great because the next few days, freezing rain is coming in. It's going to be freezing cold. It's going to be miserable. It's going to be wet, and it's going to be nothing like what we're experiencing now. But hell, it is what it is. Can't throw a fit, right? So we get all this stuff ready. So I want to talk about something that's small to talk about. In other words, I want to talk about something that's not big. You know, something that's minuscule in the hindsight of things. Something that's not even like should be even on anybody's mind. Something that happens mundane for most of us that we don't even like consider, talking about it, because it's such a small thing, a small little addition to our lives, to some of our lives. Not everybody does this. Some of our lives that we just, brush it off. Don't even want to talk about it. And it's something that just caught my attention, because it's somebody asked me about it and was surprised to hear my answer to it, because they wouldn't take me for that kind of person, right? And what is this such small thing, this small mundane thing that's keeping you guys on edge to listen about. Now, let me tell you what it is. It is something that's just absolutely bonkers, something you probably haven't even considered yet, and you're just like, what the fuck are you talking about, Mac? What the fuck are you talking about? Well, let me tell you, it's coffee. And how do you guys drink your coffee? I love coffee. I gotta at least have one of these a day in the morning when I get up. At least one of these. From my old coffee cup, one of my cousins got me almost close to 8 years now. I gotta at least have one of these a day, right? And how do I drink my coffee? That's the thing. It's like, how do I drink my coffee? People ask me that. It's like, how do you drink your coffee? It's like my majority of my family is coffee drinkers. They drink some coffee. Some of them don't. Some of them do. And they always ask me, it's like when they get ready to pour a cup and stuff, how do you drink your coffee? And I tell them, and everybody's surprised when they hear this, even if I go to a coffee shop, the baristas are like, oh, okay. Even when I order coffee at, like, when I'm getting breakfast or something, which hasn't been in a while, they're like, how do you drink your coffee? And I'll tell you how I drink my coffee. I drink it black, okay? And I know that's weird for a lot of people hearing that. Like, black coffee? I mean, only old people, super old people drink black coffee, It's like them old-timely people who couldn't afford sugar drink black coffee. Now, here's why I drink black coffee, okay? Don't get me wrong, I do occasionally, I would say maybe once a year, may add sugar and creamer to the coffee, right? Just to give my taste buds a little taste. But generally, I don't. Originally, a while back ago, before I started this one meal a day diet, and before my taste buds have apparently changed, because they change once every 7 years. Before all that, I didn't like sweets. I wasn't an avid sweet eater, okay? And I remember my first cup of Black Joe, some of that black coffee, right? I was sitting there at the chow hall. This is when I was doing some military training. Sitting there in the chow hall, and of course, as a military, you guys know this. Sometimes you fuckers get up early. You do your morning PT runs, and all this other stuff. Then you go to the chow hall, and that's exactly what we did. So I was fucking tired, and I was like, okay, well, we're going to be death by PowerPoint situation. I want to need something, It's like, I wasn't a big fan of the Monster craze that the military does. Don't get me wrong, I used to drink some Monsters, but I wasn't like heavy on it, nor was, that sort of deal a big, energy drinks just weren't a real big thing for me. So I was like, all right, well, let's get some coffee. All right. And flat out drink some straight black coffee. And honestly, I didn't hate it. I actually enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed the black coffee. It was really good to me. And like I said, I will occasionally enjoy a little bit of a sugar and creamer into it. I really like different flavored coffee. Right now I'm on a French vanilla kick, and even though this doesn't really taste like French vanilla, I got some great value French vanilla, and it does not taste like French vanilla. Okay, it just tastes like regular coffee, honestly. But I'm still gonna drink it because I paid for it, and I'm gonna use up every single fucking last cent there is to it. And so I drank this black coffee, and black coffee to me is really good. I like it because it gets that natural flavor of the coffee and everything like that. Now, I'm not dogging on people who put sugar and creamer into their coffee. There's nothing wrong with doing that, okay? There is nothing wrong with putting sugar and creamer into your coffee to give it some taste and stuff, because I'm gonna say it, coffee kind of tastes bland. I wouldn't say bland, it tastes really a little bit stoutish, if you will, and it is not like something you should desire right off the bat, okay? And that's just the cold hard truth. Typically most people my age are not going to drink black coffee black. Now, nobody else I know besides two other people actually drink their coffee like straight black, no sugar, no creamer. Okay, there's only two other people. One's my boss man, and the other is my grandpa. They're the only other two people I know that drink coffee just straight black. And everybody else usually adds a splash of creamer, or a splash of sugar, or a scoop of sugar or something like that. Like I said, I don't have a problem with you drinking, Dirt Dog. They do just advertise all over the side of his vehicle. It says Dirt Dog. But yeah, black coffee, adding sugar and creamer to your coffee, I don't really care about that. What I do find annoying more than anything is the price people pay for coffee. Okay? The price people pay for coffee. And it is a ridiculous amount. I mean, a ridiculous amount of how much people pay for coffee. Okay? I remember somebody saying one time that the average American spends, I can't remember what they said, almost like $1,000 on coffee a year, or something like that. It may be a little bit less than that, but I would say $1,000 if you go to a coffee shop all the time and stuff. $1,000 on fucking coffee. Now, of course, there's some fluctuations as to where you get the coffee and stuff like that. That's ridiculous. That's just unreal, because I spent $6. Typically, I would spend like $8 or $9 on a big thing of Folgers, Colombian or dark roast or something like that, $8 or $10 on that, and that lasts me a good while, a few weeks, if that, longer than that, maybe a month, and that's $10. That's it for the coffee. I mean, I get my fill of it. But to spend almost $1,000, I honestly believe it, because I remember going to like a Starbucks one time and ordering some coffee, much like straight black, grande, whatever. I can't remember the name of it. And I've been to other coffee shops. I ordered the same thing, and it's typically like $4 or $5 for a large cup similar to this of their coffee. Now, don't get me wrong. If I'm with my wife, or I'm with my wife typically if I'm going to a coffee shop, honestly, I enjoy that company with her. I enjoy that ambiance, spending that time with her, right? So I'm fine with that. However, I'm not going to go by myself, and I'm not going to go regularly, okay? Because it is ridiculous to pay that much for that large cup of coffee. Now, some people are like, well, what if you don't have time to make yourself a pot of coffee, or you just can't get your flavoring right, or anything like that? That's the best part about making your own damn coffee. You can find new flavors. You can find some new shit that you may like, okay? You can find that perfect mixture of what you like and what's too much. You know what I mean? You can customize it your damn self, okay? And to use use that excuse as to I just don't have time is a load of shit, in my opinion, because you could easily put on your coffee pot in the morning, set your coffee pot up the night before, so that way when you first get up, you go turn it on and then go get ready, and then by the time you get done getting ready, your pot of coffee is ready. You can make the bitch the way you need it, okay? I'm sorry, but if you're rushing for that much time to get to work or get out, to get to work, then you probably should be stopping at a coffee shop, okay? Honestly, because it takes time for them to make that stuff too, all right? So don't come to me, it's like, I just don't have time to make it myself. Bullshit, you do. You're just being lazy. I'm sorry, you're just being lazy. Now, if you just find it more easier for you just to go to the gas station or drive to the grocery coffee shop and you admit it, it's just easier for me to do it. I'm fine with that excuse, because you're being truthful. It's like, I just don't want to make coffee or have the mess at the house. That's fine. I could perfectly agree with you, but using an excuse like I don't have time to make the coffee is a load of shit. Okay? I don't agree with that at all, because I get up in the morning, first thing I do is let the dogs out, turn on the coffee pot, start getting ready, and before I even get my daughter up to take her to daycare, my coffee's already done. I pour the cup in, and I go get my daughter up, and then we go walk out. Okay? That's exactly what I do in the mornings, and it doesn't take, on the way back to the room or on the way to the dogs is the coffee machine. So I don't even have to really stop. I can just do a drive-by button press, okay? And the reason why this sprouted out to me, the reason why this whole thing about coffee, in my opinion, that coffee that just caught my attention, caught my eye, was I was at the gym this morning, and one of the regulars, he always sees me with a bottle of water and this coffee cup, and he's like, what type of coffee you drink? What do you drink and stuff like that? And I switch up my brands every now and then. You gotta have variety and stuff like that. He's like, how you drink your coffee? And I tell him, I just drink it straight black. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah, it's the best kind. It's the best. I usually just drink 1 cup of these a day, and I'm good for the rest of the day, and it is good. He's like, oh, okay. That was the end of the discussion. But it just sparked conversations in my mind while I'm lifting weights and everything as to what I really wanted to talk about today. And for some odd reason, it ended up being on coffee. Coffee. The one thing that's very common for a lot of households around the world. I know a bunch of cultures around the world drink coffee. Okay, coffee is a very common thing to have. Okay, and let me tell you, it can get expensive. Coffee is a multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar business, and there's a reason for that. People love their coffee. All right, and I can understand why, because coffee is great. If there ever was a coffee shortage, that's just when the riots started for real. That's when real riots start. You got the basic white girls out there, with Lucille baseball bats coming out to the coffee shops, about to burn that bitch down, needing their white mocha lattes and stuff. I'm joking, okay? I'm joking. I'm joking, all right? I'm joking. Don't take that serious. Even though it's a funny joke, I would love to see that one day, the end of a world type situation. You had your rioters and stuff like that. I just want to see the basic girls out there rioting at the coffee shop. Where's my mocha latte? That'd be fucking hilarious. I can see that in a comedy movie, as a skit in a comedy movie, or Saturday Night Live or something like that. That would be absolutely hilarious. Because it's a very bland type stereotype that people have about that. It's pretty funny. But anyways, getting back on the coffee trend. What do you guys think about coffee? What are your guys' thoughts? How do you guys take your coffee? Do you take it straight black? Do you add a little bit of sugar? Do you add creamer? Do you just add creamer? Do you prefer flavored coffees? Hell, I'm not one for iced coffee. But I know there's people out there that even if they drink their coffee black, need it to be iced. If you drink your coffee, iced coffee, then hey, let me know. That's something perfectly fine. I don't see nothing wrong with drinking iced coffee. I can't drink it because it's just weird to me. Because I think it's more along the lines of a perception type thing. In my mind, coffee has to be hot and not cold. And maybe I could get over that fact one day, but right now I'm not trying to get over that fact. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really going to push that issue until much later, if I ever get curious about it. But what are you guys' thoughts and opinions about it? I mean, do you guys like coffee? Do you guys hate coffee? How do you take the coffee? Do you take it black? Do you take it with some sugar? Do you take it with some creamer? Do you take it with so much sugar that the sugar is actually built a mound out of the top of your cup, and you're basically eating something solid? I mean, do you do that? Hey, let me know. And let me know what you guys think about this video, because it's a mundane video. I mean, it's about coffee, for Christ's sakes. Coffee, Coffee. Coffee. I may have misspelled that. I don't fucking know. I'm not really thinking straight right now. See, this secretly is not normal coffee. It is Irish coffee. Okay? I'm drinking Irish coffee. Some of you adults know exactly what I'm talking about. Ha ha ha. I've been drinking Irish coffee before work. Ha 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 ha. I'm joking, for Christ's sake. But anyways, I want to know what your guys' opinions on this and stuff is. And if you guys would, give me a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, guys, work hard and look forward to the next video. Peace!